Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play EU4 as Super ULM. We are still in our war that we started against Austria over here. Good eye, mate. And, oh, we finally lost the Siege of Corsica. Look at that. Yeah, see, this is why I'm going to, like, max out the forts over here, just so that it just makes life so much more annoying for anyone who decides to siege my little island over there. Not to mention for rebellions. This has no impact on our war whatsoever, though. It's going to be totally fine. We could almost certainly get our peace deal that we want now, which is to say take Gors and Crane. But I guess it hasn't been 5 years yet. When did the war start? Can you tell me exactly? 1593. That's it? I guess I could check my log. And so, you know, we might have to wait a little while longer before we actually go to 100% after occupying all of Austria. But we don't need 100%. Trier. Right over here, huh? I could just vassalize you. How much do you hate me? You hate me that much, which means I'll never be able to annex you before. Because I have to remind you guys, this series is going to end relatively soon because I already have my code. I'm all recording like this episode and like the last 2 episodes on the same day. I already have my code for Common Sense. So we are going to be ending this series for Common Sense. I don't want just white peace. You'll just give me some money. War reparations, all your money, and all your treaties with Austria and France. And none of the others matter. Okay, boom. Get out. Cool. So yeah, soon we will be starting a new series in Common Sense. I'm trying to figure out the best thing to do. I'm tempted to do like another replay in this area, but as an actual kingdom as opposed to a republic, in which place we'd be playing the HRE game more properly. Like a total, what if we went like as little conquest as possible? It used to be the thing with Austria, I used to say, is if you play as Austria, don't start any wars. Play entirely reactively, because the way to build imperial authority was to be always ready to jump in to help someone out in the HRE who gets attacked, and also to go and restore countries. Like, you weren't looking to expand yourself, you were looking to force nations that had annexed someone to release them, which would give you imperial authority. The system will have changed quite a bit in Common Sense. Instead of like discrete acts giving you a chunk of imperial authority, it's like the state of the entire HRE will give you ticking imperial authority, which is quite cool. So it's tempting to do that, although maybe instead of Austria, maybe play something like Bohemia or something like that. I mean, again, geographically it'll be very similar, although it'll be interesting to compare and contrast between the two games. And I haven't done a proper HRE game ever. This didn't count. This was a one province minor fighting with aggressive expansion sort of stuff. I did fail to get into the Protestant League properly, which has me pissed. So I kind of want to do another one over here. We'd probably do a Catholic game instead. Well, we could play it by ear depending on exactly, you know, what happens in our country or whatever. If we end up with a Center of Reformation like literally right next door, which is going to be a pain in the ass forever, we might go ahead and just accept it and then join the Protestant League and flip the HRE over to Protestant, which would be nice. It would have been nice to do this time around, but, you know, failure. I'm worried what the Great Britain will do here, because Berg is actually something I would quite like. What is their primary war? It's against the Netherlands. They want Zeeland over here. So they may not actually take anything over here. AI is usually a bit more restrained with what they take in their war score. War score, peace deal. I guess taking their peace deal. Which, I mean, makes sense. You know, they want to play it a little bit more safe in terms of overextension, rebellion risk, aggressive expansion, coalitions, that sort of thing. And also, it wouldn't be quite as much fun if the AI became the star of the show. By them being a little bit more slow and passive, hey, it's a little bit more realistic and historical, and then it lets the player be the maniac. A lot of people, you know, a lot of sort of armchair computer players / computer designers are like, I want an AI that behaves exactly like a human. And the fact is, you don't. In games, you don't want AIs that behave exactly like humans. You want AIs that behave in a certain amount of predictable way that you can take advantage of. And sort of have fun in the system. It would be, I mean, you don't want them to be like explicitly dumb, but you really don't usually want something that literally behaves like a human, because they would backstab you and be annoying and unpredictable. You actually want something predictable. Your part of the gameplay is trying to figure out the game and figure out what other people will do, and it's harder to do that with actual humans. Augsburg. I kind of just want to fully annex you. 44% overextension just from that. And the thing is, we know we need all of our extension for Gors and Crane. Ah, that would be nice. We could also vassalize them, but they do hate me forever and ever and ever. So we might, I think separate piecing them is better. Plus, the nice thing about if they separate piece, it generates a little bit of ill will between the different partners in the war. Give me war reparations and break your alliance with Austria. There we go. Does this cost me Diplo points? Nope. Only cost me a little inflation. I'm willing to take that. Go down there. Almost done the siege of Austria. This siege is going to finish here too. We'll have 100%. The 5-year counter is coming up real soon. It'd be fun if we could just vassalize Holland. That, or the Netherlands, I should say. That I would do, but the problem is they are almost certainly too big with too much tax base to do that. Nibbling at them might be a good idea. Releasing some nations might be a good idea. Won the siege of Vienna. Very nice. Go ahead and hang out over there, maybe. Making the cores there. You know, at this rate, we don't have that much longer to wait for some of these cores to finish. We will get the ticking war score. Well, more or less at the 5-year mark. We do have the war goal. And when we hit the 5-year mark, we'll have 100%. And so we'll get the call for peace at that point. But, you know, I think this might work out. I'm going to save my Diplo points. I think this might work out very well. So we'll just hold on to some land over here. I mean, I guess if I decided to separate piece out the Netherlands... well, two things. I suppose if I'm waiting for these cores to finish, I could separate piece these out and start coring them, and then just take this later. That's a possibility. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of different ways I can do it. But I think what I'll do is I'll just hold on to these guys. And then when those cores get done, I will consider the math at that point. We'll make sure there's no rebels. We'll make sure this coring process doesn't get like restarted for any silly reason. Like a million different things can go wrong. Let's not take a risk. Actually, you know what? Speaking of, let's go and stand some armies on these things to try to bring down the rebellion risk a bit. That sounds pretty smart. I think we can send 4 dudes over there. Poor Corsica. Peace offer from Cologne. Let's just wait. Well, Cologne. Again, all these ideas of fully annexing these dudes would be so nice, wouldn't it? There's a real limit to how much of that we can take. Piss off Brandenburg, lose power. I'm going to take the piss off Brandenburg. I think they'll still like me okay. Yeah, they do. Not maybe as much as I would like, but well enough. Prove a little. I think we're mostly capped, but let's give it a try anyway. A little over there as well. We'll still have a diplomat around. Production penalty. Yeah, we can live with that. And yeah. Just try to stop any rebellions from popping up over here. Or if they do pop up, try to fight them off as quickly as possible. Because if a province gets occupied, while it's an enemy is sitting on it, it freezes your coring. And if it gets occupied, it resets it. Where the hell? Castile, I don't know where you're coming from. Color me impressed, though. Where's this farmland? I don't think they'll attack. Apparently they will. Because it's even numbers. So I'm actually really surprised they're jumping in. Maybe they were planning it before I signed the leader. No, they're still going for it. And you have lower base morale to start off with. So you're kind of boned. You also have not enough cannons. We'll stand with them against the Pope. Yeah, of course we're going to stand with them against the Pope. All the time. Sure. I suppose if I do peace out with Cologne for not as much, we'll have a lower truce timer. They might do the coalition thing, but they're kind of irrelevant. With the lower truce timer, I might be able to attack them and do something else. Okay, you know what? We're going to be taking up land. Let's leave you be with just a bunch of money. Could vassalize you, but I don't think that's smart. And break your alliance with Austria. Oh. Yeah, revoke your cores in my province. Why not? Technically, that costs 12 Diplo points. I don't know. Fuck it. It's fine. Boop. There. That's not yours anymore. No more cores for you. Did you just run? Oh, yes. Of course you just ran one step. Because you're too far from home. I should catch them. I've got force march on. Yeah. And then a few more for good measure. Stack wipe them completely. Excellent. Merge up. Split in half. Send you there. Send you down here. Okay. Got good money in the bank. We're probably still overpaying for... no, reinforcements. We're not... I guess we're not above our force limit. Oh, right, because we have a 50% bonus to our force limit. Because we finished quantity ideas. Oh, man. That is so good for us financially. Are we done sieging everything over here? I think we are. Go ahead and just pull back. Okay, let's wait for this course to finish. And or the call for peace to become too overwhelming. Who else is still in here that we could peace out? New Ulm and Brandenburg. We love each other. Excellent. Brittany. I don't have any war score personally against you, do I? No. So, I mean, you won't give me anything. But we may as well just peace out with these guys. Take them out of the equation. I'm not occupying it anyway, so it wasn't really giving me anything to still have them in the war. So that's fine. Be nice to get out Castile. They have low. Do we have any personal war score? Not really, and they don't even want to wait peace. Okay. And then there's the Netherlands, which we'll wait. Okay, so we got our call for peace now. So what's going to happen is our war exhaustion is going to rise up. It starts off slow, rises by 0.01 per month, but that rising will go up, and then of course it stacks up. Later on it'll be like as fast as 0.1 per month, and that's a fair amount. That is a good amount of rebels, but looks like we are going to be helped out there, which is awfully nice of my friends. Let's group these guys up so that we can rebalance these armies. Actually, these peasants are doing terribly as is. I guess that's what happens when you've got a mountain. And just a much better army. Merge, split. Like, not an actual consolidate, but just, you know, group the two and then split them up again, just to balance out the cannons versus infantry. I have a feeling we might be a little cannon heavy. No, we got more infantry over here. We just need to rebalance a bit. We did do a couple of consolidates, and when you do consolidate, it's mostly it's your infantry that's taking the front line damage. Okay, we're now at 100%, which is good. How far are we from finishing our cores? Almost a full year. I think I'm gonna soak it. I'm gonna soak the increased war exhaustion. I may have to pay down some of the war exhaustion, which I think might be worthwhile. We don't have tons of admin points, so actually coring by itself is gonna be a little dicey. Yeah, okay, with that in mind, damn, it is nice to grab more, but we're really limited by how much we can core. And these are pretty expensive provinces, so we probably don't even have enough points to core both of these. Okay. Netherlands. What can we do for a separate peace? I guess we'll do the thing where we're just looking for money. There's no way... Yeah, you can't be vassalized. You could release a nation. Release Burgundy again, which is basically just going to be Luxembourg. Or stupid, sexy Flanders. That'd take 100% of my war score. Flanders would probably like me, too. But most likely France would take them before I could vassalize them. They're a bit far. Tell me you got lots of money. Oh, of course you don't. Oh, it would make it so much easier if you just had a bunch of cash. Oh, Limburg to Brabant. That's one of my vassals. And Brabant to Brabant. Oh, this is good. Hang on. Oh, that's perfect. That's 50 war score? We're going to give 2 provinces to the country of Brabant, including the province of Brabant, and Limburg. And I'm going to be able to annex these guys. Oh, that's fantastic. It's not going to really be any overextension or aggressive expansion because it's all returning cores. Takes a bit of diplo power. Okay. Bam. Oh, that is good. Yeah, we're going to start annexing you real soon now there, buddy. Okay. So with that in mind, I can just sue for peace with Austria. Yes, we're going to take those 2 provinces. That will bring us to 100% overextension. Not over 100% though, which is good. And then, yeah, we'll just take a bunch of money. It'd be nice to also humiliate you, but you can't humiliate if you're taking anything. Break your alliance with Castile. That would be really handy. Honestly, I don't really care if you have an alliance with Venice. It doesn't hurt me at all. We could release Hungary, which apparently doesn't exist anymore, which is interesting. I think that releasing Hungary would help the Ottomans. So I'm not going to do that. It's only going to be a 66-piece deal. I think that's fine. We can't return cores. Yeah, I'm going to take this. This should, if I recall correctly, if I had my math right, this will bring me to exactly 100% overextension, which is fine. 101, bad. 100, fine. Plus, we're not that far from coring these things anyway. Okay, I like it. Bam. Okay. Overextension dangerously high. Yeah, exactly 100%, which is fine. We don't have quite enough to finish coring everything, which is why I didn't take anything more over there. Although this worked out real well. Now that we're in peace, we have to wait for a diplomat to come back. I'm going to start annexing my vassal. Oh, that is amazingly good. Even better if we grabbed a little bit more land over here so we're contiguous, but we're going to be okay. Yeah, leave that coalition. You do that. Let's move some troops over to Crane and Gores, just to stamp out any sort of rebellion stuff. Let me break off some of these mercs. We'll start getting rid of those. Oh, and we still have enough left over for a technology gain. Please do. We're going to be ahead of time. We're going to get a 20% bonus to our trade power, or trade efficiency. Beam, boom, bam. Right now our trade's kind of going to suck because we're overextended, although we do still have 92% in Venice. I think it's our transfer that takes the biggest hit. Maybe not. Maybe it's everything. Recall that diplomat. Let's suck up to Poland a little bit. Yeah, leave that coalition. How does Serbia feel about me? Well, they don't totally hate me. I do feel threatened. I guess I can't blame them for that. But what if I protect you against the Ottomans? I'll take the prestige hit instead of the stability. There we go. Rebellion pops, but we're still at 100% maintenance. These things spawn in with basically nothing and get spanked down. Okay, good. So with that, actually, since there's been a rebellion in these provinces recently, they're going to have basically no rebellion chance. So we can do that. Disband that. We'll get rid of all the mercs. We have a fair number of them. We have a lot of money and enough manpower that we should be able to rebuild our army to our force limit as is. We might drain all of our manpower. Not quite. I'm going to create a new template that is going to be something like that. Mostly infantry rich. But it's still a good number of cannons. I like that. And we'll just build one. There. That's 18, and then we'll build another one. You can group up in Treviso. There we go, sort of spread the production load a little bit. I don't think that'll bring us over to our force limit. I didn't do the math, because math is hard. But that's fine. Okay, we should probably, once we get a diplomat, probably don't need much to improve claims. Yeah, we're almost maxed out with Prussia. Hey, cheaper land maintenance. Gain a core, which we can now convert. Boom, boom. Armies arriving everywhere. Good. Oh, we'll get a lot of those pop-ups as we produce things. So I'm just going to wait until our diplomat is done sucking up. And then we will fabricate a claim on Istria. I mean, of course, we have a truce with Venice. But the claim will last long enough. I suppose I don't have to rush it, but that would be really nice. That would actually finish off Venice. Did I say Austria? I don't know. Or Istria, yeah. Istria. And that'll finish off Venice. And Istria is a pretty good province. Base tax is 6. Ain't bad. And just, you know, it's kind of annoying to have it there. So we are not going to... Well, hold on. We get 2.2 tradition per year. It's actually going to cap. And our next election's in 8 years. So it's going to be capped. We may actually keep this guy around. We have enough points. I forgot how much we generate here. Alright, and he's young enough. He's young enough. We'll go ahead and keep him for a couple of election cycles then. I love the fact that we've got some Hungarian nationalists here in Austria that they can't do anything about. I didn't personally release Hungary, but if it releases on its own, I'm not going to cry about it. There we go. We can release that. France and Austria are fighting over here. Did Austria join in the Brittany War? Oh, they did. They did. Yeah, I don't have to rush out and fabricate the claims. Other people are fabricating against me. Good for them. Let me go. And what am I going to do? I guess just something like that. That's going to be fine enough. Oh, there's actually no unrest here. Did they get the recent uprising as well? Oh, they do! Even though nothing rose up in Lika itself. It was all part of the same uprising type. Yeah, okay, so we're totally safe here. So actually... Oh, I like mercantilism. So actually, I can really go ahead and very safely lower our maintenance right now. No mercs, no reinforcements, not over our limit. Let's bring that down. We've got a truce with Austria. We don't have a truce with Serbia or Ottomans, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in land just a bit to be a bit safer. Oh, yes, we got that new army that formed over there. I'll keep all my people close together. Now, if I were to declare war on someone that Austria is allied with, then they could still jump in. But I don't think that's going to happen quite yet. So we are going ahead and coring there. We are annexing this, which is very nice. Oh, royal marriage with Portugal ended. Let's get that back. Whoa! Call to arms. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Yes, fortification, always good. Gained a core. Very nice. Oh, we never started coring Gores. Right, because we didn't have the points at first. We haven't had the points that long, so it's okay. Now, Gores itself, I'm hoping only has an Austrian claim core on it. Yes, it does. Because if you go into a war against someone who has a core on a province that you're trying to core, you can't core it anymore. It just pauses. So, Lithuania is trying to attack the Golden Horde. Golden Horde's allied with the Ottomans, Khiva, and Timurids. Since this is a defensive call, almost certainly the Ottomans will jump in. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. They've got a decently sized army. What's their military tech? 14. We're at 15, which is ahead of time. Oh, and it's not ahead of time. We're actually going to be able to get to 16 in just a second here. Plus, we have all of our quantity ideas. What do they have? They do have offensive ideas. So they have a military idea group. Actually, I have 2. Defensive and quantity. I should have a pretty substantial edge over here. And of course, I mean, if I've defeated the end boss of France and I'm making friends with the other end boss of Great Britain, then really all that's left on this map is the Ottomans. So we should probably go and kick their ass at least one time. Except, okay, folks, thank you very much for watching another episode of Europa Universalis 4 as Super Ulm. I will remind you the series will be ending very soon because I already have my code for Common Sense. But I'm going to have to play at least one other episode to duke it out with the Ottomans a wee bit. Assuming they jump in. Yes, they did. That's kind of what I expected over there. Lithuania. Poland is in. Finland. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Lithuania. You had Great Britain as an ally. Are they jumping in on this? Looks like no. It'd be really nice if they did. I suppose I can't call them in because I'm not the primary here. I guess Great Britain is pretty far away. Would have been really nice if they jumped in, though. Yeah, we're going to put a cut in here. How's my fleet? It's down there. It's about to run into these guys, and I'm totally okay with that. Do not do the go home until at war. We'll figure something else out. Plus, I can probably build a bunch more ships. We're going to spend some money, guys. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.